Stop the bus, shut the gates, Focal is here. Let's take a look at the pinnacle of car audio. If you're after the highest of high quality in car audio, you have to lay your ears on some Focal Utopias. Now these guys honestly give me goosebumps when I listen to music because it sounds that realistic and that accurate. Now there are brands out there that do crazy systems that are worth extreme amounts of money, but my question to you is it really worth it? As an example, our Focal Utopia system in this car retails at around 20k including labour. Now some brands make systems for about 40k just the gear alone, but are you going to see double the value? Now to prove that these Focal Utopias are the peak of car audio, our same technology in the tweeters and the woofers are shared amongst home and car audio. And the home audio tower speakers retail at $600,000. So you can see how much value you're getting out of them from buying in with car audio. Now, of course, a lot of that money is made in the cabinetry. However, it just goes to show we are willing to save the same technology in car and home. The Focal Utopia range has a limited yearly supply and is only handmade by the highest of high quality engineers in their Saint-Étienne factory in France. So you can trust that you're getting the best quality product and sound each and every time. Focal is a family of people that are dedicated to delivering the best quality sounding speaker from all around the globe. That's why our engineers start from scratch in each and every model and find the best materials at each price point. That's why you'll see different colors, textures, and materials in our speakers. The goal of this specific Utopia build was to be as sleeper as possible. So everything is hidden behind factory grills and factory door cards. I know people will come at me screaming and saying, why are you using the factory MMI system? Why aren't you using three-way fronts instead of two ways? Or why aren't you using this or that? Now, the goal was to add no extra steps once the customer gets in, the phone connects to the Audi MMI, and all the factory dials work. That was the end goal, and so that when you're looking at the car from the inside or the outside, it looks completely factory. The TBM tweeters that are located in the front of this car are one of the most groundbreaking and technologically advanced systems out there. They are definitely the star of the show when it comes to the Utopia range. So on average, tweeters play from about 3000 Hz to 20,000 Hz. Now these TBMs play from 1.5k Hz to 50k Hz. That is a much larger range than the standard tweeter, and it offers a much larger and crisp amount of detail, especially in those top end notes. In fact, these TBM tweeters are half the size of a human hair. So you can really tell the development, the engineering that would have had to go into this to what the outcome is today. What is the purpose, you might ask? Well, a tweeter's purpose is to play high-end notes, meaning the speaker needs to be able to move extremely fast while being accurate. As an example, when a speaker is playing 20,000 Hz, it means the speaker is moving 20,000 times back and forth per second. Just imagine that, 20,000 times per second. Being that this tweeter is made from beryllium and engineered to the max, it can actually go up to 50k Hz, which is some of the highest out there on the market. Now, humans can only hear up to about 20k Hz, meaning that where most tweeters are playing at the edge of their limits, creating distorted sound, these TBMs are just getting started. I promise you, if you listen to the detail in your music, these are bound to give you boost bumps. On the other end of that frequency range, with these tweeters being able to go down to 1.6k Hz, we are able to raise the soundstage in your car. Now, on average, with most other tweeters going from 3k Hz and above and woofers from 3k and below, the soundstage ends up being around about here. Now with these tweeters, because of their large frequency range, the soundstage ends up being across the dash and across the glass, giving it a much more realistic and accurate sound as you drive along. To wrap it all up, the Focal TBM tweeters use the inverted tweeter dome, which is a signature sound in Focal, especially in cars where you can't get the tweeters facing the right direction or in the right position. In this car, the tweeters are sitting behind the grille, meaning they are firing straight up onto the dash, but because of its excellent off-axis listening position, it sounds like the tweeters are right at my face. The tweeters are a 1-inch size with a beryllium face and a neodymium magnet. They are 4 ohm resistance with an RMS of 20 watt and a peak of 200 watt. I'm telling you now, when you listen to this level of audio, there is no going back. Every other car I jump into is just below the benchmark that this Utopia sets in this Audi. To tell you the truth, it actually sounds like a 3-way system in this car. Because of the wideness that the frequency range of the TBM tweeter can do, it sounds like there is another speaker up here, allowing that soundstage to be right across the dash and right at your eye level. Now, if you don't want to run an active Utopia two-way system, you can get the passive alternative, which comes with crossovers as well. They are arguably the best two-way system that you can get on the market at the moment. Focal went and redesigned their home audio Utopia style woofers so that it could fit in car audio. Now, the main problem that we have in car audio is that when the window goes down, the mounting depth can often impact what speakers can fit in what cars. So Focal then redesigned the M woofer style cone, which pushes the mounting depth forward, allowing the speaker to fit in a large range of vehicles without compromising any of the sound at all. The woofers of the 6WM are a 6.5 inch in size, using a Neodymium magnet with a 4 ohm resistance and an RMS of 100 watt with a peak of 200 watt, sensitivity of 91 dB and a frequency range of 60 Hz to 6000 Hz. The rubber surround in these woofers might just look like any other surround in any other speaker, but it uses a special technology called TMD, or tuned mass damper. Now, this is a pivotal point in why Focal's quality and musical accuracy of his speakers do so well. I'll chop in a clip here so you can see what Focal speakers look like when they are pushed to the limits. Now, I think this is something so special, and it is a hidden technology that people don't really know much about, but it really impacts the accuracy in the sound, and it allows the speaker to perform extremely well, especially when it's stressed out. To complete the speaker setup in this Audi, we have the 10WM in the boot. Now, this is a 10-inch Focal Utopia subwoofer, and it is my personal favorite out of our whole range. The specs on this are 400 watt RMS, 800 watt peak, 87.5 dB sensitivity with a frequency range of 25 to 800 Hz. It is running on a 4 ohm dual voice coil. Now, these are designed to go in boxes from 10 litres to 15 litres, sealed only. Now, misconception with subs is the higher the RMS, the better the sub. That is simply not true. Now, if you're after the biggest punch in the face, you'll go after our K2 subs. However, if you want the most musically accurate, sharp, the most tightest bass you can get, this Focal Utopia is excellent and exactly that kind of SQ setup that most of these people want. In terms of electronics for the system, we have the factory Audi MMI running to a Helix processor and then out to Focal amps, which then go to the speakers. So if you're after the best in car audio, take advice from people who produce car audio, home audio, studio audio, and headphone audio. You'd honestly be silly to get something else. These guys tick all the boxes when it comes to a high quality SQ audio system. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one.